over these last days, the question has been asked again and again, where are we when we no longer have to try to be in the now, to try to be present, to try to be nice, to try to be this or try to be that. And the stories told explored this question. But now, with another old story, there's a possibility that we can express our answer to this question, to make another completion, to close another link in our ongoing, never-ending chain. And it's that story about the woodchopper. Life was hard. The winters were long and very severe, but every day he would go to the forest to hew the branches and the trees which he would carry on his back to the marketplace to make a living for himself and his family. But one day, when he ventured to another section of the forest, he came to a small clearing where he saw, sitting under a tall tree, an old man. The animals of the forest, all kinds, were moving around in the clearing fearlessly and in harmony. So, but with some trepidation, the woodchopper went over to the old man and made the usual salutations as one would greet another. The old man invited him to sit down and asked him, well, how is life with you? And the woodchopper found himself telling the old man about the hardships of his life. The old man listened carefully, and then when the woodchopper had completed his litany, the old man looked at him in the eye and said, "Go further." Now immediately the woodchopper's thought went to the meaning of that, and his mind immediately thought, but in the forest there's wild animals. I hear the roars and the trumpeting and the screeching. But somehow those words had penetrated from the old man, so when he arose, he did resolve to do just that. So he did. He went deeper into the forest. And as he did, he found that, in these forests, which are near mountains, they have these little rocky outcrops. So as the woodchopper was looking around the area for his wood, and he found one of these little piles of rock, he saw something glinting there. And even though he was a simple man, he could recognize something of value when he saw it. So he did come back, and he found that this that was glinting in the rocks there was silver. And he was able to mine this silver, and his life changed. Of course, he had the wherewithal to take care of his family, to build a better house, and so on. But then he was inspired to go back to the old man in the forest to thank him for his advice and encouragement. When he did, And after again explaining and giving his thanks, the old man looked at him quietly and said, "Go further." And now the woodchopper, being bolstered by his success, decided to do just that. And his excursions deeper into the forest took him to a place where again, in the rocks, gleaming and glistening, he found gold. He was a rich man. Now life was better than he would have ever imagined it could be. And again, after some while, he was inspired to go back to the forest, finding the old man still sitting there under his tree. But again, the old man said to him, "Go further." And so now, courageous, the ex-woodchopper did just that. But this time, as he walked deeper into the forest and came to the base of the mountain, there was a fast-running river. But somehow he was inspired, encouraged, even though the river was running so fast, to cross, because there on the other side he could see the opening to what was a cave. And now, because of the life that he had learned to live, there was a certain courage. Maybe you'll give it your own word. But he crossed that river. And there, even though the opening to the cave was dark and foreboding, he went in. And there, glistening on the walls of the cave, was the wealth of diamonds. He was rich beyond his greatest imaginings. And again, he came back to the old man sitting under his tree. And again, after giving thanks, the greetings, and telling stories of his life, as the ex-woodchopper was sitting there, a thought came to him that he could not quell or resist. And he said to the old man, "Well, how come you didn't do that? How come you didn't go questing and seeking, going further?" And the old man looked at the woodchopper and he said, "Because." And after this, the woodchopper said to the old man, "I want what you have." So the possibility for us now to express our answer to this question: how would you complete this that the old man said to the woodchopper, beginning with the word "because"? How is it for us now? A presence, a stillness, an absence of a need to try to be this or that, or here or there. Where are we now? What would you answer to the woodchopper? Because
I think you said because I'm where I want to be.
The woodchopper was happy. He didn't need the diamonds. He didn't need the gold. He was happy with life. He was happy with everything.
absolutely.
He didn't need anything.
That's right. And this is what, isn't this the place that we arrive at? Because I don't need
Material stuff.
stuff, or this or that, or to be this or that.
I also think that with that old man, he's probably either gone through the experience of doing that and no longer needs it and is happy doing that. So he's been through that stage of his life and so he's content where he is. Whereas this man, when he came, he recognised what he needed and sent him on his journey to get what he needed. And now he's got what he's got, and now he can go on the journey of seeking and becoming where he is.
I don't. We've lived our story, haven't we? We've lived our story.
So once you have it, then you realise what it is. If you don't have it, you don't know what it is, and you're looking for it because it seems better than it is.
Right on. The absence of need?
Not knowing, maybe.
Yeah, right. Because,
Because you don't have to go get it, it comes to you.
yes, it does.
Sitting still and doing nothing, and the rains come and the grass grows. And you
Yes.
get the mower out.